Good morning. Friday stream is 10 a.m. We're going to update the to-do list tracker. So, this thing was designed to track different items and the recurring times you need to do them and when that's coming up. I'm going to do a lot of upgrades here. But first, let's send out the YouTube video to Twitter. Send out the YouTube video to Twitter. Here we go. And then before we get started, don't forget to check out smarthelping.com for all kinds of financial models and templates. The one we're actually upgrading here is, let me find it, to-do list. This one, so right now you can buy it for $45. Um, I'm going to add the new version to this so you can get the original or the new version I'm about to do. This is a copy. This is a copy of this, and can I edit this? Because I switched accounts to do the YouTube. Well, I'll see that in a second. But anyway, both will be available for a one-time purchase. So this is just an additional add-on upgrade. uh, don't forget to check out all the other templates. So I've got stuff for HR, a bunch of industry-specific startup financial models, accounting tools, some in Google Sheets, some in Excel, inventory, a lot of good value here. These are my most popular templates. Real estate templates, mobile home park, unit-based acquisition model, value add, self-storage, mixed use, multifamily, some preferred equity, preferred return cash flow waterfalls, some waterfalls with hurdles in them, some specific joint venture models, a lot of SaaS stuff, and I've got best in practice logic for all of that. And then obviously you can check everything out here on the Financial Models tab at the top. You can buy everything I have for $9.99. All the templates on the site, there's over 100. All unique, very specific logic that is valuable, or you can buy by category. Okay, let's jump into it. Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Let me try to request access from my phone real quick. Okay, let's give edit access. Share. Okay, let me try to refresh. Perfect. All right. Let's look about how this works right now. So you have a bunch of items you could put here, and you go down as much as you want. You've got a days or months selector, and you could put the frequency that each thing has to be checked or done. And it could be, if it's months, then obviously this is 36 months. Um, if it's days, your frequency in days. So 36 days. If it's months, it's 1,000 days. So every in this case, we want to change the sump pump. This would be a day calculation. These would all be days. So you want to check it every 36 days. You can put the last time you did it and the next check date. And obviously this will tell you how many days until check date, and if it's past due, it goes minus. Then you could also look at like anything coming due within X amount of days would show up here. Uh, this is just a sorted list, basically days until check going from highest to lowest. Visual of that, and then just some definitions here. You can modify when things turn red, yellow, or green based on the amount of days until it needs to be checked. So that's kind of how it works right now. What I want to add is the ability to track how many times you've done something as well. So we'll keep the tracker here. This can be your ongoing tracker where all you're going to update is the last time you did something and then the frequency that you need to do it. So that's pretty simple. But now we are going to also allow the user, if they want to do more data entry, we can have a tracker where we say description, and this can run off of this whole column can be a validation list based on whatever's entered here. And Google Sheets is nicer than Excel with this functionality because you can just reference the whole column here. And if you go, it will only show you what is populated. It won't make space for blank cells. So here you can see it's only these two. And if I added something here, test, the test comes in the bottom. So this is a really nice functionality that Google Sheets has for doing lists and drop downs. All right, so this would be an editable column. And you could type in like, okay, clean sub pump, date, and we could do data validation date here. And then if you double click on the cell, it'll give you a calendar to select from. Google Sheets is just so good at so much stuff. I use it for a lot of my personal tracking needs, and there's just so much to do here. Let's freeze these columns, or rows, I mean. So date, let's say I did this on here. Let's say I did this here, and again here. So every time you do something, you just put the date and the day you did it. Let's format these dates a little bit differently. We'll remove grid lines. We'll put the grid lines back in here. It's a light color. And now, so what this does, like this thick bottom. So what this does is you now can go here. Now this is not going to be able, well, technically we could feed the last time you did something based on the maximum date of a given item. Wow, that's actually really a great idea. So you can automate this. And so what I'll do is since I'm going to change this, if you do purchase it, you'll get two templates. This one that has the new style, and you'll get the old one that just works like I explained at the beginning. So the new style, this will become a reference cell. And let's see if this works. So I want to filter. I want to show the date here. Let's think about this. So first we want to do, so filter, show all dates here if anything in here reference equals this. And so clean sub pump, let me clear this out because I'm going to show you how cool this is. So there's so much stuff with Google Sheets. It's really nice. Let's clear out these. Now watch this. So I can go here. Let's say change sub pump. Let's say we did it again. So the first time was May 19th. Let's say, let's put this back a bit. So you did it in here, November 3rd, 2021. Let's say you did it in January. And let's say again in March. So you got 3 occurrences there of when you did something. Now you go over this tracker. Now look, there's all 3. I only want to see the most recent. So that since it measures dates in numbers, we can just go max of that and we'll get one number. So here you can see the max of any time you did something. How cool is that? If error, just return a blank. And then also if A5 is blank, then blank. So we've now added a whole bunch of new functionality to this workbook. Now, I mean, it's very unlikely you're going to have 700 standing items, but I'm just going to do it down to 1,000. These would all be unique items. These aren't occurrences. This is just your things that you can do, all the unique things. So this, and this, and then you do your frequency. Now I can see when the last time each one was done, and then my next check date accordingly. So if I haven't done something, so shock the well, let's say, let's put this in, let's say you did that last in April. Now look, shock the well, last April 7th. You want to do this, let's say every 2 months. Let's put these back to months. Cut the grass every 11 days. So let's say we just cut the grass. Oh, this is so cool. Let's say we cut the grass that time. So we got to do it. We're 5 days overdue. And then this still will work. You can see everything within X days or less. So here's the 3 items that are less than 3 days. Let's say I do this to like 45. Now you can see more items. Let's say I did it to 25. So now it should cut out yep. So now we start at 25 and go down. Uh, let's just put some more data in here. So clean filter. Let's say, okay, I cleaned the filter and I did that on some other date. Now look. And you could use this. I mean, this would be great for like accounting. I can see law firms doing this. Um, the main thing is you just got to make sure you enter your data here. And all you have to do is, put what item it is. And that item list will update. The drop-down list will update as you add things here. This is your static list. Where you have all your unique items in column A. Let's make these light as well. And we could go all the way down with these. So this is your static list. The last time it was done, it's going to reference the database. The next check day is just based on your frequency inputs, and then you have days until you need to do it, the item again or check it. And then the database is going to tell you, so these are input tabs. The database is going to be entering the last time you did a given thing. Say every 9 months, 3 months. Okay, there you go. So right now I'm 5 days past due on cutting the grass in this case, and these could be any things. Again, I think organizations could use this a lot for having their employees just be more organized. So what else can we do here? So we got a nice database, date, description. We can also show, we can do a summary here showing number of times each action was done per month and year. And for this, we probably want another tab tab that says monthly actuals, and here we can just put a start month of whatever. Let's just start at 2022, and then we'll just do edate that comma 1, and you could track it over any 12 months period, so 1, 2, 3. And if you wanted to go over more, you could just drag it over more, but the formula is going to be pretty simple. We'll just do a unique list of everything here. So that's automated, and then we just want to simply sum ifs on the database, sum ifs, or count ifs, sorry, ifs here, if actually count ifs b, if our date is greater than or equal to this, and the amount of times the date is less than or equal to end of month, B2. So here we're counting the times it happens per month, but we also need to only count items that say change sub pump or whatever identifiers in column A. So we got to add another and if this is equal to that, and then lock here. All right, now if we drag this over, what are we doing? Connotations B. Oh, wait, so count us, we don't need to reference this again, I don't think. So we count it B if it's greater than the date or less than the month, and if A is equal to this. So there's our totals, and you can see total things done. We could do that summary, total things done per month. So how many action items were actually completed. Probably a good tracker. This is input, so let's make this blue text with a light yellow. You could change the start month to any month, and this will update. You could also drag all these over into, however many months you want to show at one time easily. I'll format the rest of these a little bit different. So I like this, but I don't need to see the days. And this could be there. Perfect. Okay. So this is automated. Oh, this we do have to drag these down. So, I mean, you probably won't have over, we'll just put 200 items. That can be drugged down if you need it 2 more though. We will freeze up to here and freeze the first column. Items to do. And then what we'll call this is frequency of items completed per month. So now, based on whatever happened in the database, you can see in here we probably, let's give this grid line. And let's try, I think Google Sheets has the nice interchange or the color formatting, alternating colors. Yeah, Google Sheets needs to figure this out. I don't know why they haven't. Uh, or I mean, Excel needs to figure that out. Google Sheets has done a good job at it. So there you go. Uh, we can also do some formatting here and say, okay, any item that is greater than 0. Let's say if it's greater than 0, we want to see it in green. So there you can really see when things were done for each given item on the to-do list tracker. So this is cool. We can also do, so this is a monthly. We can also do an annual and track maybe over 5 years. So instead of 1, we'll do 12, 3, 4, 5. We don't need any of this. And now we can update formatting here. No, we don't want it. We want it to look like, how do we want this? We want the year only, really. And then we could put FY for 4 year. Oh wait, whoops. We want all 4 of the numbers. Okay. And this will reference your monthly. Not C, we want B. Okay, and now I want to do if it's less than or equal to end of month that, comma 12, I believe. Is that December? No, we need to do 11. So that's tracking the total for the year for each item. And let me make sure, let's put something into 2023. Make sure. Okay, yep, it's working. That's good. So if you want a quick look at how many, you can see, okay, I've cleaned this pump how many times this year? 2. How many times in each month? Well, January and in March. I actually don't like this formatting. Let's do this as, let's go 4 on this as well. Make it a little bit wider. All right, I love this. This is so useful. Per month, per year. All right, so basically what we've done is we've added a database where you can enter how many times each to-do list item has been, whenever it's done, you put it in here like, okay, I did it here and here was the date. What this does is now you don't have to go back here and try and figure out when last time you did something was, which is actually one of the things I had when I was actually using this to check all these things, which by the way, I haven't been using it and I've been definitely lapsing and it's kind of erratic as far as when I do the items. So the to-do list track, especially for a for-profit business organization who has employees that need to be doing things regularly and they need to track when they did the different things, this is so good at helping you do that. Okay, so you can enter different tasks that have to be done in overtime. And this should be your unique list and the frequency you need to be doing those things. Then in the database, the dropdown will populate based on what you've entered, and you could enter that all here. Every time you do something, you enter the date and the item that was done on that date. Based on that, the last done date will automatically populate based on that database. And this will tell you how many days until your next check date. Also, we now have a monthly summary that shows each item and how many times it was done each month, as well as each year. So we've just upgraded this template quite a bit. I'm happy to do it. No increase in the price. And again, you can get it at smarthelping.com. It's going to be, honestly, is it in the HR? If it's not in the HR bundle, I'm going to put it in there. No, it's not. So I'm going to put it in because I think that's the most. But I mean, it could be in HR. I'll put it in the accounting bundle as well because accountants have to do things like file taxes and all that stuff. So they need to track when the frequency they've done those things. HR has a whole bunch of stuff like that. So I'm going to add it into both template bundles. No extra price, no increase in price, and it will still be just $45. Because right now, to find this, you actually have to search through the site to-do list here, and then here it is. So I'm going to add it to, I'm going to just add an overview video that explains kind of everything I just did live. And then you can buy it, and the old version will be separate, or the old version was included, but it'll be two separate files. You can either use the old version or the new version, which I'll call this with a database. And I've had the only reason I did this is I had some people on YouTube commenting, two different people commented about wanting a database. So, well, here it is. It's done. Got a database of things that feeds into the tracker, and you can check frequency. Um, really cool stuff. We'll have to update this. Now there's actually the new instructional video. I'll have to do that maybe later today. And when you buy it, it'll become in a Google Sheet link through a Microsoft Word file. When you open it, you will open a sheet, it'll look like this. When you follow the link, you need to then hit File, Make a Copy for your own version, and you have to have a free Google account to use it. Okay, we don't need that. All right, looks good. Let's see, do we have any? Oh, whoa, there's 3 people in here. Holy cow. All right, guys. Any requests on anything? Wow. I did not expect to see people in there. You guys got any requests here? Or anything else you want to see me do next week? Next week I'll be doing the dry cleaning financial model upgrade to a 3-statement model, but that probably won't take long, so I could do another upgrade like this for something else or anything. Man, maybe I should be probably streaming more of this kind of content because I think the financial model upgrades are just they're very essential. I have to finish them all, but apparently they're not as interesting as this. All right, well, I wish I had more stuff to do here. I don't really think there's much else to do. Um, I love Google Sheets for stuff like this. It's just superior to Excel for this specific use case. Um, I guess we could say on here, enter the item and date every time you complete the task, or enter the task item and date every time you complete the task. This will populate the last done column E in the tracker tab. automatically. And yeah, one of the first times I figured out you can do a filter and then put a max on the filter because the filter is going to give you an array of multiple results. So you can like, give me any result that matches with, the task here. If it matches on this, give me all the dates. And then you can actually query that within the formula. So that's probably the coolest formula in this whole thing. Is I can then say, okay, I only want the max of this filtered result. If you want to see the first time it was done, you could put a min on it, but that for this use case, we want to see the most recent time it was done, so we want the max value since it tracks dates in a numbered values going up. Next check date is just an array formula that does e plus d, so last time you did it plus the frequency, and then you can see if that's here we do in another array saying f minus today's date, and the today function is used. So it's saying when should you have done it and what's today's date, what's the difference? Then you got your colors there. I don't know. I mean, we could put a visualization on this, probably. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So we got a chart. Now, if you had a whole bunch of items, it could get clunky, but if you have like maybe 10 or 15, it's not too bad. So we'll go here. Maybe we'll go down to 30. You can always adjust it if you need to. And then we don't, let's see, so this is always fun. Column A is the labels. Row 3 is the headers. And, yep, switch columns and rows. We don't need 4, so we can delete that. So let's see, what is this? How useful can we make this? So this is showing you your times complete. So in year 1, it shows each thing that was done and how much. Now this chart's kind of hard to read. No comments. Okay, it's fine. So how can we make this a little bit easier to see? Let's switch the columns and rows back. No. Here we go. So if we show the to-do list items down here, you have 2022. This might not make a whole lot of sense. What's the best way to do this? I don't think a line chart would. So items to do we don't need, but we can't even filter that out with this. Our x-axis is A, and then we have each year. Okay, wait, what about this? So here I have the year. Why am I only seeing 2 things though? This looks better. Now what is this? Let me see, a comparison. You can make it 3D. Okay, so change sub pump 2, 1, 2, 1. So 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay, that makes sense. So we change sub pump. It's just going to have all your items each year going across. And it could be that. We could also do a line chart. But that doesn't really work. it's hard to see the items even if we did like a point size. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So this is the most clear thing I think I can make it is each year it's gonna have a bar that's showing how much each item was done. And there's your, your legend down here. We'll put it at the bottom. We'll title this and who knows, this could be tied to a KPI metric or a performance for employee performance metric or something. They have to do it a certain amount of times in each year. And you can see all the different items they're doing. You could also just click on it to see. So year one is one full summary. Now, for the monthly, man, the monthly is going to be hard to do this because you'd have to show every single column for each item each month. So we might do a line here. It might make sense for a line chart on this. Let's see. Oh, column A is labels. Row 1 is nothing. Oh wait, let's change our reference here. We don't need all that. We just need, we have to unmerge that. Okay, now let's try. So A3 down, goes down 30. Okay, there we go. So there's your month. I'll have to make room for this over here. So here's each month. We'll give this a slanted axis. January, February, March, and here's the showing how each item was done. Now you could do this in like a comparison line chart, I believe, and it might work because there's more. Yeah, so this makes more sense. And we could put in, so frequency of tasks completed per month. What did we say another one? This is frequency of all right. Yeah, I think this for the monthly, it looks better. Oh, let's make this tree axis as labels. Or labels as text. There we go. So January, oh, let's put this into comparison mode. So now I can see in each month how many different things were done and at what frequency. And you can see over time, like how, oh, we don't need items to do, so let's remove that. There. Now it looks a little bit better. So you can see how much you can follow the line to see each one and how often it was done. And with actual data in here, this would be a little bit more informative. But there you go. So that is just this in visual form. This one I think is good on an annual basis. This is pretty easy to understand and see it's going left to right. We'll put these at a 30-degree slant as well. All right, I mean, pretty good here. I can't believe all of the views I've gotten. 10 views. We've had concurrent viewers 3. I mean, holy moly. That's so much more than my normal financial modeling. So it's good to see. All right, guys. If you want to purchase this, I'm gonna have it. It's on the. It'll be here, the to-do list tracker, but I need to actually update it. So by the end of today, I'll do a video, overview video, and link it up. Also, to support my ongoing work and just check out more stuff. I've got all kinds of stuff here with all advanced logic and nice stuff for like HR, industries, accounting, inventory, SaaS, joint venture cash flow waterfalls, financial models. You can get everything I've actually ever done for 9.99. I've got over 100 templates. I've actually had a lot of interest in this over the past couple months since I started mentioning it. Apparently, people were interested. So, or you can buy by category, just all sorts of stuff, all best in practice. Um, we're gonna have this thing ready to go by the end of today. And yeah, I guess that's it. Let me know if you have any other suggestions, comments. I'm looking to do more of these types of builds during the week as I continue to upgrade all the startup financial models. So it's good to see everybody out here. Um, yeah, see you later.